These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. Challenging our resident quiz champions today are the Rubber Ducks. Now, this team of school friends have known each other for nearly 20 years and regularly quiz together at various pubs in South London. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm a development researcher.
Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a museum staffing manager.
Hi, I'm Henry. I'm a civil servant.
Hi, I'm Constantine and I'm a shipbroker.
Hello, I'm Jack and I'm a bookseller.
So, Ali and team, hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming from London to Glasgow. I hope you had a good trip.
It was really great, thank you. Very happy to be here, Jamie.
And how do you all know each other, Ali?
So a few of us lived together and the rest of us went to school together and kind of stayed in touch and all from the same part of town. So.
And you're living in Brixton, South London?
South London, so everyone's in and out of each other's houses all the time. It's a nice little community we got going.
Good. Do you quiz together already?
We do, yeah, we quiz. I mean, so in the build-up to this, we've been doing it quite a lot in the pubs pretty much every night.
Team name the Rubber Ducks.
That's right.
Just
Yeah.
tell us why.
Well, life can be stressful when you're working. We all like a bath to unwind. And the mascot of the bath is, of course, the Rubber Duck.
It's a great team name.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's a great team. The Eggheads are looking a little bit bashed around. They lost the last game, I can tell you. So, as you will know, every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. If the challengers don't win, we roll the money over. If they do, they take all the aggregated money. And it means, Rubber Ducks, that there's £1,000 to play for today. So, would you like to crack on?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Let's go.
The first head-to-head battle is on geography. You can choose between Beth, Chris, Pat, Dave and Lisa.
So, are you taking geography?
Yeah, happy to do it.
We think that it would either be Beth
Beth or Dave, okay.
or Dave.
Still cool, yeah.
I think it's real cool.
I'll take on Beth.
Constantine from the Rubber Ducks against Beth on geography. And please go to our legendary question room. Well, I thought, Constantine, we might have you doing history, because I know about your degree.
Yeah, I took ancient history, but I feel quite comfortable with geography as well. We have some really good history buffs in the team.
You're up against Beth on geography. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Here we go. Which of these capital cities is furthest from London? Madrid, Cairo, or Kathmandu?
Well, Madrid obviously is in Europe. Cairo, Egypt, it's got to be Kathmandu, I think, in Nepal.
Kathmandu is quite right. Well done. Beth, on to you. Hammerfest, which claims to be the northernmost town in the world, is in which European country? Beth, is it Poland, Norway, or Denmark?
I think I remember the hairy bikers visiting this on one of their trips, and it's in Norway.
Well done, Beth. It's Norway. Back to you, Constantine. Which of these countries is bisected by the Tropic of Capricorn? Chile, Mexico, or Ecuador?
Ecuador is, I think, bisected by the equator. I'm not actually sure, but Chile is just so long that I think I'm going to go with Chile.
Yeah, that's very good logic, actually. Chile's right. And it's very long and thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beth, the country of Malta lies approximately 60 miles to the south of which Mediterranean island? Sicily, Crete, or Ibiza?
It's not Ibiza, because that's in Balearics in Spain. I'm pretty sure it's not Crete. I've been to Crete. So it's got to be Sicily.
Sicily is correct. You're both playing really well. OK, third question can be crucial, Constantine. Here we go. Which city in China was the eastern terminus of the trade route known as the Silk Road? Is it Chengdu, Kunming, or Xi'an?
I don't actually know, but when you said the names, something sparked at Xi'an. So I'm going to go with Xi'an.
Any eggs now?
I would have gone the middle one.
No, it's not Kunming.
They're not
Nope.
sure, actually, but you've played a blinder. Xi'an is right. Well done. You seem to be the only person in the room who could answer that.
Well, I didn't know either, so.
OK, Beth. The pula is the official currency of which country? Is it Botswana, Fiji, or Bhutan?
I think this has popped up in my research. I am hoping that it's Botswana.
Well done. Good answer, Beth. You've been looking at your currencies, have you?
The currencies aren't my strong point, but that one's popped up.
Well done. That's paid off. So you're playing well, both of you. 3 each. We go to sudden death. Constantine, gets a bit harder now. I don't give you alternatives, okay?
Yeah.
Lake Ladoga is the largest lake by area on which continent?
It's going to have to be a guess again, and it's going to be South America.
It's Europe. I'm wondering if it might be Italy, but I'm not sure.
Near St. Petersburg.
Near St.
Russia.
Petersburg. Oh, it's Russia. Okay, good stuff. Okay, Beth, this for the round. The flag of Texas features a vertical blue stripe containing which symbol from which the state takes its nickname?
It's a plain white star.
Yes, indeed, just a star I could have accepted. Well done, Beth, you're in the final round. Sorry, Constantine. It's gone on Lake Ladoga, I'm afraid.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Beth is in the final. You've been knocked out. Please return to us and we'll see what happens next. Okay, the Rubber Ducks have lost a brain from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any so far. Beth is through to the final. The next subject is film and TV. I reckon this is good for you.
That's you, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I'll take
Okay,
Yeah.
they've chosen you.
Who should we take on?
Yeah, all good. I think. So what do you think? It'd be good to have Chris out if you could do it.
Yeah, okay. Let's take on
Yeah.
Chris, please. Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be Ali from the Rubber Ducks versus Chris from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, Ali, heavy metal is your thing.
That's right. Love it.
And you were actually in the Air Guitar World Championship.
That's right. Several years ago now, I went as a observer, and then they needed a volunteer to go on stage, and I was quite well refreshed and feeling confident, and just went to town, and unfortunately, I didn't make it through the first round, but gave it a good try, you know.
Chris, I can imagine you doing that, a bit of air guitar.
Well, I used to, yeah.
Yeah, used to.
In private.
Film and TV, Ali, would you like to go first or second?
First, please, Jeremy.
Ali, here is your first question. Which British monarch does Helen Mirren portray in the 2006 film The Queen? Is it Anne, Victoria, or Elizabeth II?
Elizabeth II.
Elizabeth II is quite right. Well done. Okay, Chris. What type of animal was the long-standing Blue Peter pet, George? Was George tortoise, dog, or cat?
He had his name painted on his shell, didn't he? He was actually Georgina because he turned out to be female. It's a tortoise.
Tortoise is right. Well done. Back to you, Ali.
Okay.
On the television program Countdown, how many number cards are selected in each numbers round? 4, 6, or 8?
Well, I can picture the board in my head. It's kind of a pretty geometric grid. I think you get the big total, and then you get a few numbers besides that. 6 sounds like slightly too few, but 8 sounds like too many, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 8.
Chris?
Yeah. 1 large and 5 from anywhere else, please, Carol. It's 6.
6 is the answer.
Terrible, disaster.
Okay, Chris, thoughts on this question, please. The fictional law firm Cage and Fish was a main setting for which long-running US television series? Is it Boston Legal, Ally McBeal, or Law and Order?
Well, Ally McBeal was set in a lawyer's office. I don't think it was Cage and Fish. The one that's been running longest, I think, is Boston Legal. So that'll have to be my answer, Boston Legal.
Boston Legal. Ali, do you know this answer?
I can't say. Ally McBeal, maybe?
Chris, it's Ally McBeal.
Is it?
Yeah?
Oh, well.
All right, this is good, Ali.
Yeah, it's good.
Which director made his feature film debut with the 1953 movie Fear and Desire? Alfred Hitchcock, David Lean, or Stanley Kubrick?
Well, I think I'm just trying to place the dates of the Kubrick films I know in my head, and I think I'm going to go with Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick is the right answer. Well done. Yes. Well done.
Good lad.
Cheers, thank you.
Good fight back there.
Yeah, man.
Let's see if
Very
Chris
happy.
can stay in. Chris, this to stay in the contest. Which real-life character does Joseph Gordon-Levitt play in a 2016 film written and directed by Oliver Stone? Edward Snowden, David Shayler, or Julian Assange?
I'll have to go with Edward Snowden.
Ali, you'll know this for sure.
Yeah, that's Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden is the right answer. Equal after 3 questions. All right, we go to sudden death. It gets a bit harder. I don't give you different options
Okay.
as answers.
Oh.
Rose DeWitt Bukater is the central character in which 1997 film?
I mean, it sounds like quite a sort of period drama-esque name. In 1997, I remember my sister was watching a lot of Pride and Prejudice, and so I'm going to go with Pride and Prejudice.
She's actually the one who hangs off the front of Titanic
Oh.
with Leonardo DiCaprio, and then she's at the start. She's the old lady, actually. So
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God.
she's kind of central to Titanic.
That's a huge blow for me, Jamie.
Okay, Chris, you can take the round now. Who plays the title character in the 1973 film adaptation of Frederick Forsyth's book, The Day of the Jackal?
Oh, what's his name? Edward Fox.
The answer is Edward Fox. Chris, well done. Sorry, Ali. That's a blow.
What can you do? Yeah, man.
What can you do? Yeah, I think you just got steamrolled, Ali. Come back to us and we'll play on. Chris, no shame in this, but I think we might have got confused with our Blue Peter tortoises. It's the one you're thinking of was Fred the tortoise.
Fred, yeah.
And they
Fred
then had a
Freda.
look and they
Yeah.
said, oh, it's Frida, not Fred. As it stands, the Rubber Ducks have lost 2 brains from the final round. The next subject for you is politics.
Okay, what do you think?
Who wants this?
It's gotta be.
Well, Henry. Yeah, Henry's.
Must do, I don't know.
Henry, take it home.
Yeah?
Take it home.
Henry, you're going to take it home.
Henry, yeah.
All right, civil servant. Against which egghead? And you can have any of the 3 on the left, all big brains.
Well,
Let's go for Dave.
Tremendous knowledge, Dave.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Henry from the Rubber Ducks versus Tremendous Knowledge Dave. To ensure there's no conferring, please go to our famous question room. So, Henry, good luck in this against Tremendous Knowledge Dave. Would you like to go first or second?
I will go second, please.
Change of strategy from our challengers, just trying to unpick the lock here. Dave, in 2016, the MP Sarah Olney ousted Zach Goldsmith from his Richmond Park constituency, winning the seat for which political party? Liberal Democrats, Labour or Green?
I think she was a Liberal Democrat.
Liberal Democrats, right. And Henry, your question. In August 2016, which English political leader was embroiled in the so-called Traingate dispute, in which he claimed he was forced to sit on the floor of a ram-packed train? Tim Farron, Jeremy Corbyn, or Nigel Farage?
Well, I remember the CCTV footage quite well, and it was Jeremy Corbyn.
It was indeed, and it introduced us to the word ram-packed, which I now use all the time. Dave, who was Hillary Clinton's running mate in the 2016 presidential election? Tim Kaine, Ben Carson, or Ted Cruz?
It's Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine is right. Henry, from 1990 to 97, Mary Robinson was the first female president of which country? New Zealand, Ireland, or South Africa?
So, I'm not 100% certain. I think it's definitely not South Africa, and I'm going to guess for Ireland.
You've guessed absolutely right. Okay, Dave, to get 3 in a row, here we go. In 1989, which backbench MP launched the first unsuccessful leadership challenge against Margaret Thatcher? Was this Anthony Mayer, Julian Critchley, or Michael Curtis?
I think Julian Critchley was a colourful MP for Aldershot, if I'm not mistaken. Michael Curtis doesn't ring any bells. I do remember Anthony Mayer being put forward as a stalking horse, so that's my answer, Anthony Mayer.
Yeah, brilliant. That's another real obscure point in history, but you're absolutely right, Dave. It is Anthony Mayer. All right, he's got 3 in a row. So, Henry, you need this. Which of these women was jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2011 for her work to improve women's rights? Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, Dilma Rousseff, or Ellen Johnson Sirleaf?
So I'm afraid it's a slight guess again. So I've heard of Dilma Rousseff from Brazil. Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner is Argentina. I'm afraid I haven't heard of the other person. I'm going to go for the answer on the right, so Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Okay, so you're going for the one you haven't heard of?
Yes.
She's president of Liberia, and she is the answer. Very well done, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So you got 3 out of 3 as well. Henry, nice work from our civil servant. It goes to sudden death. It gets a bit harder. I don't give you different options. Dave, what did the initials GLC stand for in the name of the local government body formed in the 1960s and abolished in 1986?
Greater London Council.
Quite right, Dave. Well done. So you're on the edge now, Henry.
Yeah.
Until his death in 2016, the world's longest reigning living monarch was the king of which country?
It was Thailand.
Thailand is right, well done. Still in it. Sudden death. Dave, back to you. Which prominent figure in politics was born in 1964 with the middle name Lavaughan and the surname Robinson?
Sounds American. Vaughan Robinson. Right, total guess. Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama is correct. Henry, in 1994, who became the first woman to be appointed acting leader of the Labour Party?
There's a few people swirling on my head. I know Harriet Harman's done the job in the past, so probably part of my question is whether she was prominent in 1994 to have done it then as well. I am going to guess that she was not and go for Margaret Beckett.
Margaret Beckett is correct. Yes! And you were only about 6 years old in 94. Well done. Dave, sudden death, your question. What is the largely formal final stage a public bill must go through in Parliament before the proposals in it become an Act of Parliament?
I don't know, the wording of the question is just confusing me, but all I can go off is royal assent.
Royal assent is correct. Henry, members of which British political body have to swear an oath or solemnly affirm to keep secret all matters treated of secretly in council?
So two things in my head are either the Cabinet or the Privy Council. I'm going to go for the Privy Council, though.
Well done, Privy Council's correct. You're really doing well. Dave, It's the Economy, Stupid was written on a sign in the campaign headquarters of which American presidential candidate to keep everyone on message?
Right, well, it's either Herbert Walker Bush or it's Bill Clinton. I think it's that from that time. So I'm going to go Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton is correct in 1992. Henry, to stay in, what is the surname of the brothers Charles and Jonathan, who were private secretary to Margaret Thatcher and chief of staff to Tony Blair, respectively?
It's a bit of a guess, but for some reason the name Powell is coming to mind. So that's my guess. Powell.
Powell is right.
Brilliant.
Famously, one calls himself Pole and one calls himself Powell. All right, Dave. Which independent body was created in 2000 to oversee donations to and campaign spending by UK political parties?
I can't think of what it would be called. I think it's obviously something I've heard of, but not coming to mind at all. Because the Electoral Commission was going for a long time before. So let's just have a look at funding. No, I'm not getting anything really. Committee for Public Scrutiny.
No, you said the answer earlier. Electoral Commission.
Oh, I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was. I thought it'd been around longer. Sorry.
Henry, you can get your place in the final now with this answer. The Trades Union Congress was founded in which decade in the 19th century?
In the 19th century. So, well, I've heard of the TUC, obviously. Decade in the 19th century. It's going to be a complete and utter guess, but I would be surprised if it was too early on. So I'm going to go for the 1890s.
The 1860s. Dave, what was the name of the feminist magazine, Dave, that pursued issues concerned with the women's movement and which was published in Britain between 1972 and 1993?
Only one that I've heard of. Spare Rib.
Spare Rib is right. Henry, back to you to stay in. Which Soviet president signed the START 1 Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty?
I do not know the answer. So there's two in my mind. I'm going to go for Khrushchev.
Khrushchev is your answer. It isn't him, actually. It's Mikhail Gorbachev, who's probably, in your mind, your brilliant quizzing mind, probably the more obvious one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Henry. What a quiz, eh, Dave?
Yeah, it was. He was absolutely superb.
Yeah, absolutely superb. I mean, picking out answers from way before you were born on politics, that is seriously impressive. Margaret Beckett is a seriously impressive answer. So
was Powell.
And Powell as well. So really, we're all applauding here, Henry. Well done. Well done.
I won't be going to Brixton for a pub quiz anytime soon, I can tell you.
All right, so Dave is just in the final there, but he loves a good quiz. Henry, well done. Come back to us. We'll play on. Well, this doesn't really reflect the brilliant quizzing we've seen, but the Rubber Ducks have lost 3 brains from the final round. Even lost Henry there. The Eggheads are still all sitting there. So see if you can get one out now. It's music. Who would like music? So it could be Jack or Jack.
Jack, I'll take that one.
Jack M, OK, our museum staffing manager. And it can either be Pat or Lisa you take on.
I've seen Pat give some outrageous music answers before, but Lisa does have a great singing voice. This is really tough. Lisa, please.
So Jack M from the Rubber Ducks versus Lisa from the Eggheads. Please go to our question room for the last time. OK, Jack M, on music, would you like to go first or second against the very tuneful Lisa?
I'm going to follow suit with Henry. I'd like to go second, please.
Lisa, your question. Which single word has been the title of UK singles for Duffy, Shawn Mendes and Kanye West? Is it Mercy, Justice or Revenge?
Rather good song titles. I think more songwriters should consider. I'm guessing that one is Mercy.
Mercy is correct. First question for you, Jack. When they formed, who was the youngest member of the Spice Girls? Jerry Halliwell, Emma Bunton or Mel B?
I haven't kept track with the ages of the Spice Girls, I'm afraid. But given their Spice monikers, Jerry being Ginger and Mel B being Scary, I think it makes more sense for it to be Emma Bunton, given that she's Baby Spice. So I'll say Emma Bunton.
That is the most perfect logic we've ever had. Emma Bunton is right. Lisa, in which year did the singer Al Martino have the first ever official UK #1 with the single Here in My Heart? 1932, 1942 or 1952?
I don't think they had an official chart till the 50s. No, I don't think it did start earlier. I think it is 1952.
Here in My Heart was 1952, Lisa, well done. OK, back to you, Jack. How many members make up the electronic music group Daft Punk? 2, 3 or 4?
It's 2 of them. They wear their little helmets on the stage, and yeah, there's definitely only 2 of them.
Yes, I remember seeing them getting an award, and they looked very, very odd. 2 is right. OK, Lisa. Who wrote the poem on which the Christmas carol In the Bleak Midwinter is based? Is this Christina Rossetti, Dylan Thomas or William Wordsworth?
Bleak pretty much gives it all away. She wasn't known for her cheery outlook on life. That's Christina Rossetti.
Yes, she was a bit miserable, wasn't she?
A little bit, but still a great poet.
Christina Rossetti is quite right. So she's got 3 out of 3, Jack, which is a bit inconvenient.
A little.
A little. See if you can take it to sudden death with this question. In 1969, which musical act had a UK #2 single with the title Call Me Number One? The Tremolos, the Crickets, the Monkees.
I'll level with you, Jeremy. I don't have a clue with this one. I'm going to go for the Monkees.
So it's a very hard question, this. The Crickets were Buddy Holly's band.
Yes, they were.
And the Tremolos we know for Silence is Golden, not so much for this. The Tremolos is the answer. Lisa, you're through. Sorry, Jack, beaten by our Eggheads. Come back and we'll see what happens in the final round. OK, this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for our final round. As always, it's general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. I honestly can't believe I'm taking them all from the challengers' side. Ali, Jack M, Henry and Constantine from the Rubber Ducks, would you please now leave the studio? Well, good luck, Jack. Our bookseller, playing to win the Rubber Ducks £1,000. Lisa, Dave, Pat, Chris and Beth, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads reputation, and dare I say, just to get back on track after rather awkward performance the other day. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time they're all general knowledge. You can confer. Sorry, that doesn't help you very much. So, Jack R., the question is, Can your one brain defeat these 5? And they'll talk about it in Brixton for years if it happens. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go first.
And they're cheering you on back there. I know you can't look, but they're riveted already. In Scrabble, which of these letters is worth only 1 point? A, B, or C?
This is something that I know I should have revised up on a little bit more, based on the fact that it's very common. I think it's one of the most common letters. I'm going to go with A.
You're absolutely right, it is A. Eggheads, over to you. What's going to happen here? Just see if you're back on track, Eggs. The melting point of beeswax is closest to how many degrees Celsius? 6, 60, or 600?
60.
About 60.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
6, they'd be dripping out of the hive.
Yeah. Melts in boiling water, so that's got to be less than 100.
Yeah, OK, yep.
You happy
Makes
with
sense
that?
then, yeah.
We're going for 60.
60 is quite right. Jack. The White Queen is the first book in a series of Wars of the Roses novels, known as the Cousins' War, by which writer? Hilary Mantel, Antonia Fraser, or Philippa Gregory?
So all 3 of these write historical fiction. I know that it's not Hilary Mantel, so it's between Antonia Fraser and Philippa Gregory. And I'm going to go with Philippa Gregory.
Philippa Gregory is quite right. Eggheads. In English grammar, which of these terms is specifically used for a word that connects clauses or sentences such as if and but? Is it conjunction, adverb, or participle?
Yep. Conjunction, I would have said.
Means joining, doesn't it? Yeah. We think that's conjunction.
Conjunction is quite right, Pat. Well done, Eggs. Playing well at the moment. Here's your third question. Which player was unexpectedly defeated by Arthur Ashe in the men's singles final at Wimbledon in 1975? Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, or Ken Rosewall?
I'm at a complete loss here, so I'm not good at my tennis. I'm going to go with Bjorn Borg.
Eggheads, do you know?
Jimmy Connors.
Jimmy Connors is the answer. It gives the Eggs a chance to take the whole contest with this one question. Eggheads, who plays the handsome American Jack, love rival to Colin Firth's Mark Darcy, in the 2016 film Bridget Jones's Baby? Is it Richard Gere, Greg Kinnear, or Patrick Dempsey?
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
McDreamy himself.
Yeah, McDreamy.
Okay. I'm advised it's Patrick Dempsey.
The handsome American Jack is indeed played by Patrick Dempsey, and with 3 out of 3 in the final, we say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won. If you played them every single day, they would win. They might not win half, but they'd win.
It'd average out.
You would take them down an awful lot of times. You were just a bit unlucky on those marginal calls.
We'll come back if you like.
Honestly, what great, smart quizzes. My goodness gracious me, and so young as well. Commiserations, Rubber Ducks. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them most of the time. Here they are, back reigning supreme over Quizland. It does mean you don't go home with the £1,000, but you've played brilliantly, and everyone's going to remember this one. The money rolls over to the next show. Eggheads, I wonder if you are now going to begin one of those runs that you get on. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers can stop them in their tracks. £2,000 says they can't. Until then, goodbye.